Good evening. Today is 5 August 2023. General Chiwenga, Itimnangako. Let me help you, my fathers. Let me help you. In actually, let the Lord help you. I'm just his prophet. You are under a massive currency attack that has lasted decades. The hyperinflation in Zimbabwe plus all these other currency crises that we have in Zimbabwe are a massive attack that is undertaken by currency speculators, currency manipulators. Okay, currency speculation is not a crime; it's a job. But currency manipulation is a crime, or should be a crime, if the Zimbabwe authorities have not made that to be so. Perhaps there is an intricacy in understanding how the crime is committed, by who the actors, and how they manipulate the system, even without being easily noticed. You need to generate tools, and Chiwenga, tools on how to recognize that. I have always said that, General Chiwenga, the current war you are fighting is different from the Bush War. In the Bush War, you go to Mozambique and train soldiers who carry guns and they shoot white people. Pa, 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 pa. Then you win your Rhodesian War 1980, you won the country, right? Now the war is at another place. One of the places is currency wars. Zimbabwe is persistently facing currency wars from our former colonizers. Okay, I've said it. And they're very clever. One of the ways that they're going to do it, they will even use currency speculators who are Zimbabwean as a front. And because Zimbabweans love money, so they agree and do these things. So you need to have stringent laws, capital, laws regarding capital flow. You see, there's a reason why the Chinese do these two things. One, uh, uh, rules surrounding the capital flows in China. It's not easy to enter into China or to exit Chinese markets because they knew what they were protecting. That's why they're not successful. Over the years, the Americans were like, wow, 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 Chinese must open uh, their economy, whatever, but the Chinese were refusing. By that, I'm talking about capital flows. Capital flows in and out of China is a hard thing. It's not that the CCP is a bad actor or they've got nefarious reasons. No, it's because the British and the Americans, they've got bad intentions for China. So China has to keep himself safe. Another thing, the China's GDP figures and all other economic figures are said to be not to be real. The Americans always accuse Chinese of that. Now I'm asking myself, why must the Chinese tell the people the exact figures? When they get to know the exact figures, they use that against you and begin to attack you through various ways. So, Mr. General Chiwenga, you are facing a currency war. Okay, it's a currency war. Don't beat the bush. It's a currency war. Zimbabwe is suffering because of a currency war, and we have been losing that currency war. So ZANU-PF needs to get competencies in place. You hear what I'm saying? Competent people who will be able to deal with the currency war situation that we're currently facing. And we've been facing it for 20, 30 years. Okay. So I know that ZANU-PF has done bad things, but not all bad things are done by ZANU-PF. The currency war is not really 100% ZANU-PF. Those ZANU-PF has got a portion. Most of it is foreign entities that want to destabilize our economy through that way. So, first of all, we need to recognize that it's a war that is being waged. Number two, develop systems that will help you to manage your economy, more specifically your currency. I'm talking about narrowing down your focus on the currency itself, not just the economy, because the falling currency is what leads to a underperforming economy. So, Mr. Chiwenga, if you actually get the Zimbabwean dollar stabilized, you'll be able to, uh, what do they call them? These microeconomic indicators are going to improve if just one thing is done correctly, a stable Zimbabwean dollar. But these attackers keep on coming and attacking and attacking and attacking. Last year and earlier this year, I did a video prophesying about God attacking the pocket of Itim Nangagwa on the international markets. Sometimes the Holy Spirit hides these things from me and then he reveals to me later in time. One of the attacks that Manangagwa is facing is the currency war. So the attack is Nangaka, by the way, is the one who is in authority to run the wealth of the country, right? So when we're talking about being attacked on the international markets, it's forex market. The forex markets are international. Zimbabwe US dollar cross is an international cross. Whether the trade is happening in Zimbabwe, Harare, or it's happening in Johannesburg, or it's happening in London, or wherever, it is still an international currency. Zimbabwe is an international currency. Okay, barring the fact that it may not be viable in other countries or accepted in other countries, but nonetheless, it is vulnerable to international pressures, and international speculators have got access, even coming to Zimbabwe through open capital inflows. They can come with their uh, capital for the purposes of attacking our currency and and do all sorts of things that need a proper investigation. So we need to hone in on that. I do not know if I've said anything new. Okay. I might be saying things that people who already know or the president already knows, but I do not think that we are winning the war at the moment. We're not winning the war, we're losing it. That is why the currency is up there. So something needs to be done about